Yeah, they do.
Well, they actually really don't.
Yeah, they got a $63 million cap.
So there's no way that he would go to the Steelers, right?
He could, but they are in a deficit right now unless they chop Ben and can pull some money out of that, which I think they will when he retires.
I think all their money's tied up in lawyers with Ben, though.
Well, I think also Ben.
I think they're $37 million in the hole.
I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Ben Roethlisberger doesn't have a guaranteed contract.
Yeah,
he still has another year on his contract.
No, but what I'm saying.
So
by
either
that
way,
was,
he walks away. He walks
away.
Money.
They still have to pay him.
It's like $41 million or whatever.
There's a lot of contracts when you look through the past that, like, like.
But even though the contract's 41, I don't think the 41 is guaranteed. A portion of that is probably guaranteed.
Yeah, generally.
I mean, he could earn up to $41 million
hold that.
If he stays healthy.
Yeah, he could earn up to $41 million if he plays a certain amount of games, goes to the playoffs, wins to the Super Bowl. He probably could do $41 million.
Sure, yeah.
I think no matter what, it's like an $18 or $20 million hit. I heard.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
No matter what happens,
right?
That's a big hit.
Plus, it's time for the Steelers to lose for the next 3 decades, Liz.
All right.
Sorry. You'll see him win again when you.
The Brown Town.
And that's the way it goes,
So we're moving on to the next story, guys. Urban Meyer skips his way to Jacksonville. Will he help the Pussycats become Jaguars, or will they continue their losing legacy? Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence is locked in to land in Jacksonville with a top pick, and he will be the centerpiece of the team's latest rebuild. Khan plans to give Meyer full control to build a winning team with 11 draft picks and plenty of salary cap. Meyer ranks 7th all-time in collegiate winning percentage, trailing only Notre Dame legend Newt Rockne and Frank Lee. Among coaches' major programs, he has an 85.3% winning. He has a 2006 and 2008 BCS championship with the Gators, another 2014 with Ohio State, but Meyer's health remains a concern. He stepped down at Ohio State in 2018, mostly because of a congenital arachnoid cyst in his brain. He's got spidey senses, which required surgery in 2014 and bothered him throughout his final season with the Buckeyes. He also resigned at Florida for health reasons in December of 2009, only to change his mind the following day and instead take a leave of absence. He returned to coach in 2010 and then walked away again at the end of the season, a move that eventually angered many Florida faithful because he took a job at Ohio State less than a year later. Sick burn to the Gators. Meyer spent the last 2 years in an analyst role for Fox Sports, appearing weekly on the network's college football pregame show. What do you think, Big T, Little Odd? Are the Gators going to crawl over there from Gainesville to Jacksonville? That's not a far crawl for the Alligators and slash up his tires.
They're probably just going to swim on up the St. Johns River.
Yeah,
go right to the stadium. Gators are going to chomp into those tires. But I'm sure they're going to take a lot of boo birds over there. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some booing towards Urban. I mean, Urban runs to. He seems to go and play, but he never stays anywhere more than 5-6 years. So I'm not expecting him to stay there long. And as far as Sunshine coming to the program, I'm not even sure that's going to happen.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not sure what Urban's going to do. I mean, Urban could get creative. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they have this much salary cap.
All right. I guess they can go get Deshaun Watson.
Right,
then.
right. I mean, but Jacksonville doesn't spend money, so
I think they'll probably want to go for that college kid and go for that building, that chance to let Urban Meyer build. I mean, it's Urban Meyer's decision, so that's what I think Urban Meyer would do.
It would be a good move because South Carolina, Clemson's not that far from Jacksonville.
Right.
I mean, you get a big fan base to follow them right on down anyway. Yeah. So that would be the
guy like that in Jacksonville. Yeah. So what do you think, Skinny? Let's weigh in on this one. What do you think Urban Meyer's going to do over there?
Urban Meyer knows nothing of recruiting out of Florida outside of the SEC, kind of. So he doesn't have the SEC or the ACC recruiting that, what's his name, Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's part of the ACC program, and a lot of the ACC, that's all Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and recruiting out of there, SEC, that's all Alabama, Mississippi, maybe some of the Pensacola area, Florida.
Well, it goes off into Texas. It goes all over the place.
A little SEC, yeah, but for Florida, for Florida Gators. But my big thing with Urban Meyer is he's a little bit of a traitor because he left, what was it, Ohio State or Florida?
He left Florida to go to Ohio State.
He left Florida because he got sick.
Yep.
And then 2 weeks later signed at Ohio State.
It was
it was a year later.
Ohio State?
It was a year later.
I don't know. it wasn't a full year.
Yeah.
It was within that year.
Yeah,
It was
it was
before the start of
It was a
2010.
cop out, so he can join another team.
But that's his trend. That's his trend.
He did have heart issues and he did have a cyst in his brain.
Well, look at Ron
I
Rivera.
just read that.
He's loyal.
True.
Yeah, he's
Anyhow,
Yeah.
he
had a lot of
That's
pressure on
been his theme his whole life. He went to Bowling Green, put
Yep.
up a good season, ran off to Utah.
Yep.
Had Alex Smith put up a couple good seasons, ran off to Florida.
Yep.
Florida's team was already loaded
Yep.
when he walked in there. And then when he left that program, Florida struggled for like 10 years. For 10 years.
It went bad.
And then he went up to Ohio State.
Did
year
he
later.
coach Tebow?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He walked in.
Won
They say
2
that he
championships
recruited
with-
him, but I don't
Wow.
think he recruited him.
I don't
like
think he
Tebow
did.
Yeah.
Tebow recruited Urban.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Tebow got those 2 chips for Urban. He never would have got anything.
So you're saying Tebow's going to be the new Jacksonville quarterback?
oh, wouldn't that be glorious?
He's going to come out of the minor league of
No, he's
baseball.
the new
and go-
head
go
coach.
be-
Oh, buddy.
They're firing
Throwing
Urban
bombs on the
Meyer,
Steelers
bringing in
again?
Tebow.
Oh!
So, Ballbusters, what do you think? You think Urban Meyer? It sounds like Big D little odds on the page of Urban Meyer's not going to do much. The role he's in, just to bring everybody up to speed, is he's basically almost like a distant organizer. I mean, he's going to hire coaches. He's going to hire OCs, DCs. I mean, he's stepping back. He's hiring people to do the job
what he
for
does.
him.
Well,
yeah, and
you
getting
remember
the
last
pressure.
week when we had Coach Vass on the show, he said that he doesn't think that Urban Meyer has an NFL caliber offense, so he's going to need to hire a really good offensive coordinator in order to make this work in the NFL.
Well,
Yeah.
also he
That's
said
what he
that
said.
he watched Urban Meyer wear losses.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only lost, 20-something times?
23 games.
In college?
Yeah.
I mean, he has a chance of losing that in 2 years at Jacksonville.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but with that said, Urban Meyer is one of the trendsetters to start the RPO. With a lot of his, that's why what he did in Utah was just a little run pass option a lot. With Tebow, he did it a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it killed.
Yeah.
And then it moved into the NFL, I believe, after that.
Right. With the Wildcat in Miami and all that.
That started going
Yeah.
because quarterbacks were just wild. So I don't know. I'm not going to count them out, but I'm still
Where do you
thinking
think
it's not going to happen.
Where do you think they're going to land? You want to do records? Or you want to just do yay or nay? He's going to be an NBL or an NBW?
I like the stat he pulled up. What'd you say? 23 losses?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he can get that in his first 2 years.
You like that?
Yeah,
All right.
I think he can get that in his first 2 seasons.
Urban
You
Meyer.
know what?
Yeah.
20, let's see, seven.
Do we have
Actually,
anybody?
next year they're going to 17 games, right?
Yeah.
So there's 34 games, 23. So he's going to have to be 11 and 23.
He's got it. Yeah. He'll
I
do
count that. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
All right.
do we have
That's not even
anybody
a bet.
that?
I don't know if that's
If anybody that is voting for Urban Meyer to make it into the playoffs his first year?
No, nobody likes the guy, so I don't think anybody's rooting for him.
I'm just going to say nobody
Yeah, he's a dick.
because I'm not.
It's true. It's true.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get
not
on board
likable.
with it. There's just too many moving parts. I was totally sold on Trevor Lawrence. He's 6'6", like 220 pounds. He's a big guy. He looks a little slow. I don't know, man. In that game against Ohio State, once he got pressure on him and he couldn't seem to make sense of things, he didn't look like he had that good comeback ability that you need in the NFL. I'm not totally sold that he's going to be a great NFL player.
I
There's
agree.
too many missing pieces
Is
to
he
go
going to be
ahead.
a Tim
agree.
Tebow flop?
No.
Sunshine belongs
might
in
be-
the Sunshine State. All right.
Yeah, okay.
I think Justin Fields will do better than him in the NFL.
If
than
Justin Fields can stay healthy,
Trevor
You
Lawrence.
need to lay off that rock.
I
though,
agree
right?
with you,
That's-
Skinny. I agree with you.
I don't think so.
I think Fields is going to outshine him. I think he did in the.
No, I get
Okay, well,
I get haircuts regularly, and
know.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't.
We
So,
can look at stats
So
on
does
that,
Justin
and
Fields.
I think
we go to the same barber.
Trevor Lawrence has a win against Alabama, 2 competitive losses, or 1 competitive loss to Alabama. Ohio State didn't even show up.
NFL doesn't even.
Wasn't the
They
loss
didn't
to
do that.
Alabama when he wasn't
Close.
playing, though?
Huh?
Wasn't the loss to Alabama when he was out?
No, he won that.
was out that
he
game.
won his freshman year. His last year, he lost.
Because he was out.
No, his only 2 losses happened in. Actually, it was LSU that beat him last year.
Even the uprights in the NFL are different than college football. So
I'm pretty sure they lost to Alabama because he was out that game.
No, he lost to Notre Dame this year because he was out because
No,
he had the COVID.
it was like last year, though. It was like a big game, and he was out.
no, he was getting a perm.
Oh, I wish.
I
Oh,
swear.
man.
I
He had a
swear.
prom. Prom was coming up, and he had to. It was
Had to get his
different.
hair done.
I'd
Yeah.
buy that guy's
All right,
jersey
guys.
if he really had the balls to do that. I'm the only man that gets a perm around here.
Like, and I want to. I want to lock of your hair and a signature on my left breast.
Oh,
Tattoo it.
Talking about.
Trevor and Fields, both busts. Just letting you know ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you're going after the Walker kid from BYU?
You're darn right.
Yeah,
Really?
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually on board with this. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. There you go. Oh, way off.
What about Mac?
Mac Jones, too. I'm on board with Mac Jones.
Yeah, what about Mac Jones?
I'm going to go ahead.
Isn't
and call,
he a third string or something? Like
No.
they pulled him. Didn't they pull him up? Like
Those guys are so wide open. Any quarterback can make those passes. That wasn't even.
I'm going to call him a
Yeah, but look
McLaren.
at-
He's going to be a McLaren.
Look at
or
his.
a Mc-
Yeah, maybe. He look at it.
McElroy
No.
or whatever they had from there.
Yeah,
bunch of garbage.
Oh, macaroon. Yeah.
McElroy. Well, let's going to jump over to this other story here because NBA is changing its name to National Bullshit Actors. I'll tell you what, man, because Kyrie is acting like he don't want to play. Nets star Kyrie Irving has not played a game since January 5th, and it appears the Nets could be without Irving for an extended period. While away from the team for personal reason, Irving was captured on video at a party, a birthday party,
Imagine
with no mask. Come on, man. Wear your mask at the birthday party. Keep yourself safe.
don't be a Dwayne Haskins.
Don't be a Haskins. No mask in Haskins. The league is investigating his behavior, and it could impose a lengthy quarantine that would force Irving to miss more games. In the meantime, media pressure is mounting on Irving and the Nets. But after putting on 20-plus COVID pounds for his role as a fat, lazy rocket, dad bod James Harden is moving to Brooklyn. Rumor has it his agent says he will look slimmer in black. The Rockets have sent James Harden to the Nets in a blockbuster 4-team trade that also involves Pacers Cavaliers. Completing this rotund star's exit from Houston. How did they get him on the plane? Setting up a potential super team in Brooklyn. The mega deal reunites Harden with his former Oklahoma City teammate who didn't look super excited about him coming back, by the way. That's Kevin Durant, KD, in Brooklyn, and positions the Nets with guard Kyrie Irving if he comes back as title contenders in the Eastern Conference. Are they going after a title? Can they defeat the Hollywood actor LeBron James? Did you see his recent flop? What's going on here, guys? The Nets have just bumped up on their Vegas odds to win the national championship. Do you think they're going to take the Lakers down this year?
No.
I can
no
see
from
it.
Liz.
I can see that.
No.
I can see that. I mean, Harden picked a team he wanted to go play for. So he's going there with the intention to win.
Yeah, it could.
Houston really didn't have anybody else besides Harden.
Yeah.
I mean, they had, what was the other cat? Lowry there for a little while. They've had some other players, Dwight Howard. That never worked. I see Harden actually swallowing a little pride here, going up there, learning how to win.
Yeah.
Hey. You know, that's why LeBron left Cleveland, because he couldn't figure out how to win up there. So he went down to Miami, learned how to win, and then went back and brought Cleveland
from Dwayne
their first
Wade, baby.
championship in how long?
Dwayne Wade taught him the way.
Yeah, well, James Harden, he's going up to Brooklyn, right? It's Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Right?
Brooklyn Nets. Mhm.
Yeah, and he's also taken, like, some of the guys that are, like, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", in his beard, and they're going to shoot the ball
wow.
from his beard.
He's got a Trojan beard.
And they're going to still
Trojan
keep feeding him
beard.
cheesecake to maintain his dad bod.
He still won't be able to rebound.
He's still going to maintain
In
his
order for
weight.
Brooklyn to be championship contenders, in my opinion, a lot of things have to happen that we have not seen trending. And when I say that is that in order for them to be a championship contender, Kyrie Irving has to get his head back together and come out and be the Kyrie Irving that he was when he won that championship with LeBron in Cleveland. I don't see that happening because I think he's too much of a head case. And on top of that, James Harden has to go up there and all of a sudden
Not be a ball hog.
become the James Harden that he was when he was an MVP. But that was a team that was basically his team. They handed him the keys and said, you're the guy that runs this team. I don't see any of that happening. So I think what's going to end up happening is in Brooklyn, you're going to have too many chefs in the kitchen, and I don't think it's going to translate to a championship.
I don't see that. Can I rebuttal that real quick?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, Kevin Durant
He's soft.
He is the best player in NBA.
Too soft.
There's no way.
There's no toughness.
There is toughness.
Completely intimidated by
He's
LeBron.
No. That's a different argument.
I think everybody
I'm just
is.
saying.
He couldn't do his
That's a
weightlifting
different
during
argument.
tryouts.
But I know.
couldn't do weightlifting.
Hold on, no. I know that Kevin Durant can score 32 points.
Yes.